Hey, Dr. Jake Meyer here with WAVE Physical Therapy and Pilates. Today we're going to be talking about some plank variations. So first we're going to start with the front plank. Front plank is a very classic core exercise. We'll show the normal version first. So first what we're going to do, come down to the elbows and we're going to be out on the toes. As you do this, when you come into the position, you want to make sure that you're staying pretty straight and true through your back, okay? So you want to be on your toes, elbows right underneath your shoulders, and then the trick here is thinking about what your core is doing and your glutes. When you're in this position, you want to think about bringing your elbows back and your toes forward. So you're kind of turning on your front core and squeezing your glutes at the same time. You'll notice I'll get really shaky real quick because you're really engaging that core a lot more versus if you're just hanging out kind of on your ligaments. So we're here holding it, and then you kind of squeeze your glutes, kind of tuck your bottom, bring your elbows in, and you guys feel that front core really turn on. It's a great exercise to kind of work through your shoulder blades, work through your front core, works your glutes, works everything. If you're doing this, start having shoulder pain, maybe a pinch in your back, or you just can't quite hold it yet, then I would start with this one. Nothing wrong with starting on the knees. Again, you want to be mostly straight through your spine. Again, it's kind of squeeze your bottom, keep your core tucked, and your elbows kind of pushing back. And you can see I get a little shaky there. I should probably be doing a few more of these, but as you hold that, you're feeling that front core work. And that's all we're looking for. As far as how long to hold them, you want to hold them long enough that you're feeling it, but not so long that you start coming into poor position. There's no point in holding this for a minute or 2 minutes if we're in a bad position. So I look at the total time, think about doing it for like a total of 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and then break it up in either 10, 15, or even 20-second segments, and doing enough reps to get that total tension through your core and your body. So side plank, another classic core exercise. Great thing about it gets your side of your core, also gets your side of your hip and your shoulder blade. Kind of gets everything all together. That's the nice thing about planks. So to set up, you want your shoulder right over your elbow, legs are straight out. Some people stack their feet. I personally like to have my feet just kind of staggered. And the trick here is to keep everything in a straight line. You want a straight line to be from almost like a zipper going from your nose all the way down to your knees. You want it to be a nice straight line all the way through. And then you want it to be a nice straight line from your ear, shoulder, hip, down, kind of since I'm split. If you have your legs stacked right through your ankle bone, or kind of right between my heel and toe if I'm doing that staggered, okay? So the original version looks like this. We're right there, elbow there, straight line coming through. And as you're doing this, you want to think about kind of engaging that side core and driving that foot down into the ground so you're really feeling the side of your hip. Again, you're going to get more out of the total time under tension versus holding it for a minute or even 2 minutes straight. But then you start having poor form, or we're up here. You want to be perfect form the whole time with a plank like this. So looking for that time under tension. So what I would recommend is picking out maybe just 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes as your target of total time, and then begin doing 10, 15, 20 seconds, whatever you can do without compensating, and then do reps until you get that total time of 1.5 minutes. It's like if that's too challenging doing it that way, you can modify it again by going to the knees. Hand here, still a nice straight line, a nice straight line through your front and your side, elbow still there. Drive that knee into the ground, tension here, tension at the hip, and holding. Okay? If that gets easy, you can start doing things like clamshells or leg raises. You can do arm movements as well to kind of get more shoulder stability, core stability, and some different rotational movements. But starting with just the basics, master that for 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and go from there. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like and follow us for more weekly tips and advice.